Hi, Sarah.
I miss you. Oh,
Miss you too.
Mac Leaphart, everybody. It is so good to
Hi.
see your face with your beautiful coffee mug, uh, which matches my big green bathroom. I didn't know, we haven't talked about this, but I'm in my bathroom right now.
I know all about toilet tunes. I
So,
love toilet tunes. I'm
thank
like,
you.
who hasn't invited me into your bathroom yet?
Listen, what I want is for you to come to Minnesota and play a bunch of shows and then sing in my bathroom with me. I would love that
Thank you.
so
Finally,
much.
I get the invitation.
Oh, the invitation is open. Mac, tell me where you are, since you know now where I am.
I am in Nashville,
Yes,
in
in
West Nashville to be precise.
be precise.
Okay, yeah.
And you are in, I presume, I'm guessing a living room.
I'm in my living room. Yeah.
Yes. In front of a little Dylan, which is Minnesota. So
Oh
this is a
yeah.
connection. I'm
Yeah,
just gonna
I love that. I love that picture. It was one of my old pictures that my wife allowed me to keep putting up. They couldn't put up my Iron Maiden poster or anything like that.
but this one's made the move and made the
Dylan,
different
Dylan,
walls.
Dylan has gone from the bachelor pad to my home.
I love that.
Yeah.
Aww. How are you doing right now? Like just in this exact moment?
I'm great. I'll feel
Yeah,
guilty saying it, but I'm really good.
I love
Yeah.
that. Yay for good and great. And we'll talk about this in a minute, but it is also a special day for you because you're releasing an album right now. Like,
Right now.
exactly. Will you sing us a song of your choice? Tell me why you're singing it.
Thought you'd never ask.
Uh-huh.
Well, this one is kind of the big single, the one that's getting pushed to radio, and it's on the Americana charts and all that. So I figured I'll
Yeah, it is.
go ahead and give it a spin. It's called "That Train," and I wrote it with my buddy Aaron Ratier. And I don't have a whole lot of co-writes on this album because I'm one of the Nashville people that doesn't do a whole lot of co-writes.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's good.
but yeah, this one's called "That Train."
All right.
Uh, 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 uh. T-shirts and faded denim, tumbling round and round. Last of my change, so when it stops, they're done. If they're still damp when it's done spinning, I'll roll my windows down and leave it to the breeze and to the sun. I haven't found a way to part with living lease to lease. Someone else's stuff lying around. Another dingy old apartment, dirty dishes in the sink. Same old place, just in another town. And I still ain't caught that train. Don't know how much longer I can wait. No, I still ain't caught that train. But I guess I'm the one who's running late. When I was young, I always reckoned someday I'd get it right. Some days come and gone, passed on by. My dreams run a distant second there to my morning days and nights. I feel them go a little at a time. If I finally reach that station, step aboard that train, I know that I miss all these things somehow. And I still ain't caught that train. Don't know how much longer I can wait. No, I still ain't caught that train. But I guess I'm the one who's running late. If I finally reach that station, step aboard that train, I know that I'll miss all these things somehow. And I still ain't caught that train. Don't know how much longer I can wait. No, I still ain't caught that train. But I guess I'm the one who's running late. I'm the one who's running late. There's some ooze right here, so if you want to help me with the ooze, I'd love that.
If I do that, it'll be the feedback.
Oh, will it? That's unfortunate. Disappointing.
I'll do it in my head.
Okay. I'm going to hear it in my head, too. Still ain't caught that train. Ooh. 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 I was a little flat on those oohs, so you would have sounded bad. It would have been off anyway, not because of you, because of me.
It's not you, it's me.
Uh-huh.
I was singing along here, but I just muted myself to be polite. I love that song. When we were in Kerrville together, we ended some of the shows that way, and I specifically remember singing that one at the house with the Great Danes.
Oh, that was a good one.
Yeah, I remember us all like just chiming in with the soft ooze, and it was election night there, and I just like I remember, I've got all the warm feelings for
good.
this. So this is Hey I Miss You, where I invite my friends to come and sing songs at me while I sit in my bathroom. It's very normal, and it brings me a lot of joy, and it escapes me from my children for just like a tiny bit of time. And this is my guest, Mac Leaphart. And Mac, this is the time where I ask you to tell me something good. Tell me. What you got?
I can't do anything better than that. But it's obviously there's been a lot of not good stuff happening this year. So it's been a year that I've really kind of looked at silver linings and paid attention to that. And sort of the way that you can look at all of the things that were bad that happened, but also I met all of my neighbors this year, all of them, and we're all friends now. We just start, we hang out in the street when we can, and they were the only people that showed up at my birthday party in June because nobody else could come. But we just hung out in the street, and so if it hadn't been for that, I would have been lonely on my birthday.
Yeah.
And also, I think, didn't it seem like we just had more time this year? Maybe with your kids being at home, but I just felt like everything kind of in a positive way slowed down.
Yes.
So, it was kind of a chance to recharge and not feel like you just had to go and book shows. And I don't know, when it comes to booking shows and getting the bands ready, I always feel like I'm a little behind.
Yes.
You know, in the sense like, oh, I just booked a show. We got to play for 3 hours, and the guys, we know about an hour worth of songs. So I gotta, we got to cram to make sure we have a set. And it was just nice to get back and, not feel like just have a little time to pull back and not be pressured.
I feel that a lot. I think like as much as I totally miss playing shows, there had like some of that hustle, like I got to get the show.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to promote the show. It's having that choice taken away essentially. And like, then it's like, okay, well, instead I'm going to like really, really sink in. Like, I mean, I know everything about my children now in a way that I did, it's very reminiscent as when they were babies. And also I just wrote a song about this last week, like pretty soon that will end and I will be sending them out into the world again. It's going to feel for me like I sent them back, like the first time. I'm going to like have to kind of, that muscle of trusting and faith that the world's going to just be good to them is going to have to come back into play. And because
Mama Bear sitting off her cubs.
Let me know though, when I first said, like when I both went to kindergarten, I am the mom that never cried. I was like, go get yourself some distance. You're going to have a good time. We'll see if it works. Time to. I'm going to tell her a little bit about you to the world.
Okay.
Okay. In case you missed it, this is Mac Leaphart. And Mac Leaphart, you're a South Carolina guy. I don't know if you're born there.
Native, yes.
Native, okay. And then Greenville, are you right?
Grew up in Greenville. Yep.
Okay. And then you spent time in Nashville. You've been there for a good
2000. I moved here in 2011.
Okay. This is your decade. You get to celebrate that this year.
Yeah, November. Not the coming November.
Coming up. There you go. That's exciting. You should throw a big party with your neighbors.
I agree. I don't know if they'll be as excited as I am, but we'll.
They might be. Your neighbors sound like good people.
They're very good people.
Yes. And Mac and I met down in Kerrville Folk Festival, a magical place in Kerrville, Texas. If you don't already know about it, you should go and research it because it's a slice of heaven right there.
You were the first person I met there.
Really?
Yeah. It's kind of confusing.
Yeah.
Like I'm so glad that the Rouse House is there, because if that wasn't there, I would have just been wandering around.
Yeah.
Because nobody tells you what to do.
Oh no.
Until it starts. I remember when I got there, I've had to ask a bunch of people where the Rouse tent was. I don't even know if I knew what it was called at the time.
Yep.
And Carrie Ray and Dion were singing, and my first thought was, "Wait, is this it? Is this?
Right,
am I late? Is this the contest? Is this a performance?"
Yeah.
That's the way my brain works. I just start saying, "Oh gosh, I'm missing an email, and I'm late, and I missed my shot to perform," and I was very confused. And then I met you. I was like, "Oh, who's this teenager?" I was like, who's this teenager?
You're very tall and I'm very short, so this is like the only time that we're kind of like at the same level.
Well, actually, my wife pointed out to me that all my height is in my legs. So if I'm sitting down, I'm kind of short.
We're samesies.
Yeah.
I am in the frame. You don't know what you're doing when you're there. And like we were both, like some of the people were Kerrville like repeats, and we were both newbies. And for sure, you're just getting by on the kindness of the people who tell you where to go. And I think you and I both were staying at the Inn of the Hills, right? Weren't you?
Yeah. That place was confusing too.
It sure was.
I walked around for a long time trying to find my room.
Yeah.
But
we both made it to the event. We both made it on time to the actual thing, and we both won. So then we got to go back in November and do these magical shows, and you kindly drove us around in your van.
Mm-hmm. Still running. I have to crank it every day, or the battery will die.
That's like a metaphor for a lot of things. I feel like I know those people.
Yeah, I haven't cranked it today yet. When we're done with this, I'm gonna go crank my van for a little bit.
Crank that van.
Mm-hmm.
And to get the like real exciting thing is today you're releasing an album. It's called Music City Joke, and it is so excellent. I mean, that's like what I was thinking. I was like, it's excellent. Like these songs are excellent, and I knew probably half of them from our time together, but I knew them as, you know, Mac and his guitar and sometimes harmonica, and it was just so stunning to them with the band. The production's perfect. Like it.
Thank you.
Really supports you're like a very detailed songwriter, and I think every song bears repeat listening so that you can catch all the like smart lyrics. But even if you just want to casually listen, it's catchy, and you know there's something about everything like groove wise. I'm giving you a high five because I love
it. Am I blushing? I'm definitely feeling all shucks.
No, it's so good, and I smartly pre-ordered it as part of the Kickstarter. But
thank you so much for supporting that.
Oh, it was a joy. I'm so glad that I was so wise to do so, because that means I'm holding this now. Everyone else has to go get it today. You can stream it everywhere, but my guess is that you can go to macleaphart.com and purchase it.
I think so.
And I will be linking to everything. I've linked you up so good, and so that people can stalk you in the like most appropriate way, which is great. I have a question about this picture. Did you have to take it at like what? I mean, how did you not get hit? It
was very early in the morning. So there's a guy, he's a friend of mine.
There's always a guy.
Yeah, his name's Gabe Ford, and he's just a great photographer. And I don't have to like, I'll be like, what time do we need to get out there to do this? I was like, 7. He's like, how about we meet at 5:30? And I'm like, are you serious? I was like, I don't mind at all, but you know, if you're cool with that. So yeah, I mean, we met right there at, you know, Legends Corner.
Yeah.
It's, starting, it's like Legends and Layla's and then, or Tootsie's and Layla's and then Roberts. You know, that little stretch of the good honky tonks on Broadway. And then it was early in the morning and we could just get out there, and there was a few cars passing, but nothing dangerous.
I mean, you made it here to tell us about it. So it worked out. It worked out okay. Yeah. This is now the time of, hey, I miss you, where I'm going to request a song, and I'm going to request the Ballad of Bob Yamaha, or A Simple Plea in C major. This song is another one that you would play at the rounds we did, and it's just so damn smart, and I love it so much. And it gave me like new appreciation for night moves, which we just will leave people hanging on that. My husband loves Bob Seger, so we've already were there, but now I have a special extra for it.
I love Bob Seger.
It was lovable.
When I was much younger, I used to kind of be able to sound like Bob Seger. If I sing like that now, I just start coughing. I used to be able to sing like from like right here, the place where you're not supposed to, and I can't do that anymore. If I do that now, it just I can't do it. But
you can do what you can do, so that's good.
I don't need it for this song.
No, you don't. All right, Mac Leaphart.
Been a while since I played this one. Well, I come from Japan, but I don't speak Japanese. Made my way to the States back in the 70s. First fella had me got bored pretty fast, and he sold me quick for some cash and a case of beer. Next fella had me, all he played was Bob Seger. When I say that's all he played, I ain't kidding either. Mostly, he just played one song. Sometimes he played it all night long if you really hit the booze. Working on those night blues, man. But I'm just an old guitar Nobody's ever played too good. Just lean me up against the wall. Learn a few chords and that's all. Yeah, and I don't get my strings changed as often as I should, cause I'm just an old guitar. Nobody's ever played too good. Well, then I seen a few other owners, and a whole lot of my case. Some chick picked me up during that Lilith Fair craze. She didn't stick with it. Guess it was just a phase. She shoved me under her bed. I met her little sister when Taylor Swift come along. She wanted to write her own songs. Sounded kind of like Taylor Swift songs. I'll tell you, they were a lot worse, though. It's my buddy. He's a harmonica. Never played worth that shit either. Well, I know I ain't top of the line, D28, J45, but just one time I'd like to wind up in some capable hands. And I ain't talking Tony Rice or Doc Watson, but the toughest thing I've ever gotten is Neil Young, Needle and the Damage Done. I won't go so far as to call that song easy. It ain't that hard. I'm just no guitar, nobody's ever played too good. I just lean me up against the wall, learn a few chords and that's all. Yeah, and I don't get my strings changed as often as I should, cause I'm just an old guitar. Nobody's ever played too good. I'm just an old guitar. Nobody's ever played too good. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mac, for playing that. That is track 5, y'all, on Music City Joke, which I really want everyone to go out and listen to repeatedly. I want them to purchase it, and I want to stream the heck out of it. And I will have, like I said, all the links.
Thanks, Sarah.
People can do that. This is my on-the-spot question. Is there anything you're listening to right now that's like just driving you wild, making you so happy? This is the play it forward section. Something we can listen to.
Well, I put on Brighter a lot just when I'm like in a bad mood. I love that song. And I love the production of that song. So when you used to sing it, I mean, it made me happy when you sang it, but the production, I think I was thinking it was going to be more of a pop thing when I actually listened to it. And the production, I'm like, that's a country song. You know, the way it is. I love that song. What else am I listening to a lot? This shouldn't be a hard question.
I didn't prep you for this one.
Let me pull up my Spotify real quick.
Okay, pull up your Spotify real quick. No, you don't need to do that. Did you have anybody that you listened to like preparing for this, like production wise, or like any influences there? Nothing not obvious. Okay.
You know, all those, you know, John Prine, obviously, Guy Clark.
Yeah.
What's interesting to me about this record is I used a producer for the first time, which was a really good decision.
Brad Jones.
I chose Brad because he worked with Hayes Carl, and I love Hayes Carl.
Yes.
But there's only one song that has this kind of honky tonk southern rock boogie thing. That's Honey Shake. And I think if I had made my own record, it probably would have had a few more of those. But I guess I do probably the Front Porch Folk thing a little obviously better.
I like the Front Porch Folk. That's
because those are all the ones that Brad chose. But do you ever listen to a guy named Doug Somm?
No.
Big Texas guy, kind of the godfather of Austin, even before Willie. And I've been listening to Doug Somm a lot. He just writes these songs that are super upbeat, and lyrically, I'm not into it as much lyrically as I am just the groove and the vibe.
Cool.
And I've kind of been writing a lot of songs like that because during the pandemic, you know, I've had less of a chance to just shut the door to the world and, you know, just say, leave me alone I've got to really get into this song and get to that place.
Oh, yeah.
And so these are the kind of songs like the Doug Song, they're about groove and ideas. And if I can just, even, you know, if Miller is just sitting around, then I can just grab a guitar and start working on a groove and, you know, come up with a melody and just hum that melody and say, you know, do the Paul McCartney scrambled eggs thing over and over again. And then eventually it comes, you know, and so I guess I've been kind of into that lately, to make a short story super long.
I love it. I love it so much because a little insight into your songwriting was awesome. I don't know this gentleman, so I'll be looking it up and linking the copy as well. I also love that we got to hear birds outside your window because nobody's singing outside my window right now because it's -0 outside my windows. So
Get used to that, by the way.
Yeah.
You do?
Kind of. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I feel like, yeah, a little bit. It's only gonna.
At least you get the beautiful pictures. You know, your pictures on Instagram with the snow and the trees.
Thank you. I went running in it, and what happens here, because I wore 16 layers of clothing.
Yeah.
What's going on is like it's gorgeous outside. When it's super cold like this, generally the reward is it's crystal blue and like snow is sparkly and it's all things. So you're getting a little of that, you know, goodness thrown in, even though you can't feel your fingers. It's all good.
So it's not the Eagles, Desperado, the sky won't snow and the sun won't shine. You know, at least if it's going to be cold, you might as well get the beautiful stuff to go along with it.
Right, exactly. I think that line is like Nashville in January. What I remember from when I lived there, like being just like, oh my God, I need a blue sky.
Yeah.
But you got sun today? Mm-hmm. Good. It's so good to see you. Thank you so much for being on my show.
Thanks for having me.
I'm going to sing
stuff like this.
You do?
Fun.
Yes. It is fun.
Are there people that don't?
I don't know. I try not to know those people.
Not anybody that I know.
I try to.
Songwriters, we're like, wait, somebody's going to invite me to talk about myself and play a song?
Yeah. And I get to sing at your face. Are you ready for this?
Born ready.
Hey, I miss you. And I hope you're doing well. I miss you and hearing your music IRL. So I am thinking that you sing me a song or two and I'll just sit here in my bathroom saying, hey, I miss you, Mac Leaphart. Thank you.
Thank you. What did you say? IRL?
Yeah.
What is that?
It means in real life. I learned that from young people.
My son is too young for that.
Yeah, I didn't learn it from my young people. I just feel like my bandmates, well, they would never say IRL, but I feel like I do know some people who are like in their 20s and 30s and
the kids.
The kids have taught me
that.
So now I've passed that on to you and we're all a little more informed.
Now I know IRL.
Thank you for being here, and thank you, watchers, for being here. And I'll be back next Friday with a new victim guest.
Do I know them?
No, they're Minnesota. Mac Leaphart, everybody. Yay. Bye.
Thanks.
Boop. It's not. There we go.